live. We're here with Stream Sunday with the Retro Hangover podcast. And what you're seeing right now on your screen should not be surprising to anybody who knows me even a little bit. Because if you didn't think I was going to be playing some D2R on stream this weekend, after it having come out just this past Thursday, you'd be sadly mistaken. So here we are. And since we're going to be streaming this, I figured I might as well start a brand new character, because why not? It's been a bit since I've played a druid, so we're going to do a druid. I need a moment for the water. But also give a second for the folks to start rolling in. I know I got the usual suspects will probably be here. Chris, however, will not be joining us this evening, unfortunately. He is not feeling too well, so he's going to be resting up and hoping that he feels better in the next day or two. So best wishes to my trusty co-host. But you know what? That's all right. That's all right. Luckily, I don't need any Sherpa services for Diablo 2. I think I know my way around it pretty well, so, you know, I think we'll be okay. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in here. Also, if you've been to the stream before, or if you watch the videos on YouTube, you might notice that the layout is a little different this time. I'm trying to maximize screen real estate for the game, so we've gotten rid of the little background effects stuff, and we're just straight video game. That's it. We got the little TV in the corner right here. Hi, hello. And our logo right up above there, and that is it. Now, the fun thing is going to be finding out whether or not we can get through this entire stream without the game crashing.
Good day.
Because that's a thing that's been happening. Which should probably be unsurprising to anybody who's even has a passing familiarity with Blizzard and how their releases usually go.
Now, greetings, stranger.
Yes, the Den of Evil. Thank you. I hope any of you weren't jumping in here hoping to see the story, because that's not happening tonight. I've played this game too many times to do that right now.
So it begins.
So it begins.
I need a key.
Right. I have no keys. So I gotta say, outside of, you know, server performance issues, which I kind of expected anyway, I've actually been pretty impressed with how this has turned out so far. I played in the beta for a bit, and it was already shaping up to be pretty good at that point. I know they still had some issues to iron out. But overall, I think Vicarious Visions has done a pretty good job here. I've been pretty impressed. And that is, you know, obviously coming from someone who's played a lot of Diablo 2 over the last 20 odd years. Come back here, you little bastard. Stamina pots are like crucial at the beginning. You run out of stamina so quickly. Yeah, sure. Actually, that's worth like 1 gold. I don't give a shit about that. I'll probably need that. So as far as leveling goes, I've you know, you had all the old resources that are still there and are still relevant, right? You got like DiabloII.net, some of the other places that if you've been around for a while, you probably recognize. Maxroll.gg though has been the site that I've always used for, or not always, but more recently I've been using for all of my Diablo 3 character builds. They've been really spot on with all that stuff. And of course they've built out their Diablo 2 information as well. So I've been kind of utilizing that nowadays. They haven't really been steering me wrong so far. They've got leveling build guides for pretty much every D2 character class that are going to be, you know, probably the close to, if not the most efficient way of leveling. Because the unfortunate reality, ooh, a bevy of magic boots. All right. The reality is that a lot of like class skills just aren't really conducive to the leveling process, and they don't really come into their own until much later. Which is why, like, as much as I want to play a summoner necro, right now I'm just leveling him with like teeth and bone spear, because that's going to be a better route to take than trying to go straight summoner like right from the beginning. Let's see, I believe I want to roll with Firestorm, I think is my path of, oh yeah, that's what I want to go with. Firestorm! The one thing that I feel like I've already kind of gotten a little bit spoiled with the console version, because I've been playing this on Switch also, is that by default the item names will just pop up and display automatically, and they'll time out after a little while and you can still toggle them back on, but I kind of like that feature, and I'm pretty sure I can toggle that on PC too, so probably need to do that. But it's one of those things that, like, playing, you know, OG D2 or like Path of Diablo or whatever, you don't really think about too much because you're just so used to it, but then when you have it, suddenly it's a quality of life thing, right? You're just like, oh, actually, this is really useful. Yeah. Hey, Adam, what's up, man? I was saying earlier that I can't imagine that too many people are going to be super surprised that I'm playing this right now, given that it just came out. Let's see. We should probably throw a little bit in his strength so I can get some gear here in a little bit. I'm also noticing that I think, so I changed the we're gonna pause the gameplay for a second here because I'm noticing something with the new Twitch layout. Looks like the chat box isn't popping up. Yeah, no, I figured, man. You know, you gotta get those gains. Don't let me get in the way of that. Can I fix this? Where's the chat box? Ah, here we go. Let's. Aha! There it is. That's better. Okay. I knew the chat box was there. I moved this around specifically for playing Diablo 2 tonight, so that way, like, I'm down in the corner here. We've got the whole screen. We've got a little chat box action that goes right up to right below where the mini-map is in the top corner. So, anyway, now that that's fixed, I gotta get used to using this fire burst skill. Oh, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I mean, as much as I liked the, you know, the little retro background that we had, I think for widescreen games, I think this is just going to be better. I'll miss the little extra flair that we've got, but I think I probably speak for most people when I say I'd rather just see more of the gameplay screen. Especially with shit like Stasis. That game is so dark. I can't see anything, so it's probably better to have more real estate anyway. Oh, hey, Adam, before you go AFK, I might as well ask you, are you, are we still on for attempting to do that, that bonus recording for that Apple Arcade game that we talked about? I haven't started it for the record, but I'm going to probably soon-ish. Yes, that one, yes. No? Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing I didn't start it then, I guess. Why? What happened? Oh, you canceled it. Got it. Yeah, I have not done that yet. Well, that's all right. Whenever I get around to it, maybe it'll just become a rapid fire review then. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's not. Although I guess to be fair, I don't how much is it for you over in, you know, the down under? Like, do they charge you more for it? Like I assume they probably do. Ah, here's the code. $7. Okay, yeah, so it is more expensive. Yeah, it's $5 a month here, which is not, you know, it's not terrible. It's my own fault to a certain degree because I kind of like also forget that I even have it sometimes, which is probably what they're banking on, honestly. Ow. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean that's fair if that's your experience with it. I mean, I found some things that have kept my attention for longer than that. Like I played through the entirety of that new Shantae game because I'm a fan of the series. They're really solid platformers. So that alone I felt like was worth the subscription. But I found some other things that had kept my attention for a while. There was I don't remember what it's called now, but there's one game that was like a first person dungeon crawler, like the old like Ultima game style kind of thing, where it's like you're moving tile based, like Legend of Grimrock. It's like that. And that was pretty cool. I didn't really like the fact that it was pretty obviously a free to play game that they kind of shoehorned into Apple Arcade because it came with all the extra bullshit of like daily quests and all that stuff that's supposed to keep people engaged to come back and spend money, except it's on Apple Arcade, so you're not spending money. That I'm not a huge fan of. The Star Trek game that's on there also did that too, where it was obviously originally like a free-to-play game. But ugh, I gotta buy a freaking Tome of Identify too here. Forgot about that. Nope, nope, don't want that. It's like almost the same boots. Oh. This is charm. +2 to attack rating. Blah. I'll take the cash, thank you. Tome of Town Portal. Yeah, I mean, that's also fair. I mean, the other part of it too is I was playing on a tablet with Apple Arcade, so that probably helps too. But all right, you have fun. Go get your gains, sir.
Hi there.
Yes, you're Charcy. Thank you. Actually, I should probably be keeping an eye out for some of these things. Yeah, I'm gonna do stealth. Apparently, like, every character, when they're leveling, should just get the stealth ring word. Now the question is, do I go with... Well, I can't even afford that, so never mind. Actually, I can't afford either of these, so fuck it. I could do that one. Yeah. Let's hang on to that one for now. Is that gonna give me... Yeah, there we go. Say, I gotta get those belt slots, man. Running low. I'll put this in the old stash. Is there anything that I can use right now? Yeah. Sure. It's better than a stock buckler for the moment. That probably wouldn't be bad. Yeah. I've already... Dude, the shared stash thing is so good. I'm so glad that we finally have this. It's one of the best quality of life changes, in my opinion.
Greetings.
Yeah, you can take that, because I don't want it. We'll hang on to... I'll leave it there. What level am I right now? 3? Yeah, that won't take long. Man, I gotta find out what everybody's doing. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just be playing Diablo 2 by myself, which is fine. Oh, okay. Well, as long as you're still here, that's all that matters. I don't know, they were asking about it earlier today, what we were streaming, and now nobody's in here. I don't know what's going on. It's quiet tonight.
So, this is where evil hides.
I know. I feel betrayed. Come back here. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, I was just talking about this earlier. I should probably change the tooltip thing. Is there a way to turn it so it's always on? Maybe. Controller, auto map. Or maybe there's not on PC. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I guess the toggle, right? Yeah, that's probably it. Because I can just toggle it on. That's probably the option I'm looking for. Yeah, there we go. You know, it's funny too, because playing this already just for the past couple of days, you already sort of get accustomed to it, you know, with like the new graphics and everything. So in your brain, if this is something that you've been playing, you know, before, it's like that, it's like the Ocarina of Time 3DS effect, you know, where you're just like, yeah, this is how the game always looked. Obviously, this is how I remember it. And then you go and you can toggle back to the original graphics, right? And I just swap back like this, and I'm like, oh, right. Yeah, no. It didn't look anything like this. Listen, you shaman bitch. Come here. Stop. Stop it. Not allowed. It really is, man. Like, I remembered playing that again and, like, loading it up on my 3DS or whatever and just being like, yeah, man, this is my childhood. This is exactly how I remembered it. And then you go fire up, like, my N64 copy and I'm like, oh, God. We're missing some polygons here somewhere. I mean, to be fair, Ocarina of Time, in the pantheon of N64 games, Ocarina, I think, has aged a little bit better than... I'm going to go with many of the others. One of the ones that my brother and I used to play together a lot, Gauntlet Legends. Hoo boy, that game did not age well, like, at all. How many we got? 2 monsters left. Did I level? I did level. I'm only level 4 though. Okay. Well, yes, I will take that mana pot. Thank you for asking. Ah, yes. Worst case scenario. For Den of Evil, there's 1 monster left, and you have no idea where it is. Hello, sir? I'm here about your extended car warranty. Like, for real though, where is this jackass? How did I miss 1 guy? Probably like all the way back at the beginning. Oh, yep. There's like 1 spot up at the top I didn't go. 1 lonely ass zombie.
Is that all of them?
Oh, Druid's all confident. Look at this cocky motherfucker. Actually, you know what? I'm officially going to be lazy already and just start using that Tome of Town Portal, baby.
You have cleansed the den of...
I have cleansed the Den of Evil. You're welcome. Ah, man. It's ethereal. I was really hoping I was going to use that for at least like 1 level. Oh well. I mean, you know, actually, fuck it, I will use it for 1 level. It'll probably last about that long, which is really all I need anyway. Yeah, sure. Take that. So the one thing that I found out that kind of irks me a little bit about the console versions of this is that there does not appear to be any sort of button combo to, like, autofill scrolls. Because like if you shift right click like your scroll of identify, right, it auto fills your tome, so up to 20 because that's the maximum. It's a quick shortcut. There's like no way to do that, so you just have to like mash a bunch of times in order to buy a bunch of scrolls. It's a minor gripe, I know, but still kind of a pain in the ass. I mean, I may have played a game or two of Diablo 2 in my day, Adam. I'm just saying. Let's see. What am I putting in next? It's like 2 through 5. I'm assuming that probably includes the bonus, so sure. So once you come out, it's like, what, 13? Yeah, because you're going to get this as like a synergy bonus to Fisher, right? Firestorm, yeah, okay. Yep, that looks good. Oh, right, let me shortcut this.
Welcome, Outlander.
Oh,
My
no.
scouts have just reported.
An abomination in the monastery graveyard. It can't be.
Good morning.
This is 11. How much do you want for this? Ugh. Charging a steep price, Charcy. What? Well, that was a weird bug. I've never seen that happen before. And I'm all fresh out of stamina potions, too. I will say, I think of all the things in Diablo 2, I think for the most part, their design ethos was more or less spot on. But man, the stamina, like, why? Like, what purpose does this serve other than just being annoying for the first, like, 5 to 10 levels? Alright, Cold Plains Waypoint is pretty much always right near the entrance. It's the only one you can bank on for always being, like, right here. Yeah, there we go. The other ones are kind of a crapshoot, so... Yeah, I guess it was their way of counterbalancing it because, you know, well, if you're talking about stock Diablo, right? There was no run, you know, in the first one. You just walk everywhere. If you were playing the Hellfire expansion, then they at least allowed you to jog at a fast pace while you're in town, but your movement speed while in the dungeon didn't change at all. So then, you know, when D2 came around, obviously the areas are much, much bigger. So you needed to be able to move faster. And I guess this was their rationale for stamina, was just like, well, you can run faster, but you shouldn't be able to do that all the time. But just in the beginning? I don't know. I have a hard time following the design logic on that one. Because eventually, like, you get to a point fairly quickly where it kind of becomes irrelevant anyway. Especially considering just about every character class, you're only ever going to put enough stats into, like, strength and dexterity in order to wear gear. And then pretty much everything else goes into your vitality, just for survivability. And since you gain more stamina from vitality, you end up with a shitload of it. somehow have not picked up a key yet. Nope, I did not want that. Thank you. Oh my god. Yeah, just come to me. I'm too tired to run to you right now. What is this? Huh, max stamina. Sure, why not for right now? Yeah. There's like a very small window of time in this game where it's still useful to pick up like white items, mostly just to sell. Alright, you know what? I take back what I said earlier about wanting this to be more like the console for the item labels. It's too ingrained in me as a reflex to want to hit Alt every time to look at item labels on the ground, and now I'm just screwing it up every time I do it. So we're gonna change that. What? I didn't change anything. Screw you. Yes, hold. There we go. We'll just go back to the way it was. I'm too used to it now. Oh shit, I didn't spend my stat points from before. Sir Puff, what's up, what's up? Alright, we're like 2 through 5. I don't know, where are we getting? Molten Boulder at 6, right? Yeah, okay. I get 5 now, right? Yeah, I'll throw on this Stout Nail. I've already found a few, you know, semi-decent things for really early leveling. Throwing him in the shared stash, so nice. I never have to mule characters again. Oof. I mean, okay, wait, let me rephrase that. I'm probably still going to end up with mule characters, because even with 3 tabs of shared space, eventually that's going to run out. But having that as a safe and reliable way to transfer items between your characters is huge. Gone are the days of making sure that a... Oh, apparently I've left the channel game. Thanks. That's weird. Anyway, gone are the days of having to wait for a new game to perm so that you know that you can leave it and swap characters and pick up your gear. Or trusting some rando if you don't have any friends on to like hold a game open for you. Which is always like the most nerve-wracking thing anyway. How dare you tell me I can't carry more stuff. Alright, fine. Well... Okay, fine. Well, you know what? Junk that shit. I'll take this short bow and take my happy ass back to town then.
The Order welcomes you.
I should save that for my mercenary here in a little bit. Oh, there. Hold on, fill up on those again. Item and resource management. Okay, see, well, the resource management thing still bothers me. Items, not so much. I've always had like a weird thing with like inventory Tetris, which honestly probably is rooted in this game, if I'm being frank about that. But like I don't know, I kind of like it. It's a weird organizational thing, right? Of like, okay, for instance, this is kind of a mess right now, but just because I've been playing on console and it's really difficult to like move shit around. Now I'm on PC, so I'll probably fix it. But normally my stash, I will have this, which I do have, which is all of the runes by like level, and then like listed next to each other are duplicates, and it's like ascending upwards in like level. And then all of my gems I would have sorted by type. Yeah, that's a thing I do. So. I don't know, is that weird? Do other people do that? Or do they just throw things haphazardly into their inventories? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel like I'm not alone in this, though. Hey, Dischimera. How you doing? Glad you can make it. That I totally didn't shame people in the Discord into jumping in tonight. I don't know, where were you guys at anyway? Sounded like you guys were all excited about jumping into the stream tonight, and then I didn't see anybody show up. It's like you guys have like lives or something. It's unacceptable. I was starting to think maybe there was some kind of like important feet ball game going on or something that I'm not aware of. Or wrestling maybe? I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are into that. There's like an odd amount of crossover in our like listenership of people who are into retro games and also wrestling. I don't know what the correlation is there. Oh, are you still you're streaming Zelda, right? Were you doing Majora's Mask? Is that what it was? Damn, you're gonna finish it? How long are your streams? Or are you just like, are you a speed running machine that I didn't know about? Oh, okay. All right. Because I saw it in the Discord and I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. If I hadn't been otherwise occupied, I probably would have jumped on for a little bit. But yeah, for a minute there, I thought you were just blazing through it. I was gonna be impressed. All right. Actually AFK now. Okay. Oh, I should probably do that. Get the extra XP while I'm in here. It's always good. Hermagerd. Do I have? Okay, I've got like one stamina potion on me. Like, this slow run is killing me, man. you have more fortitude than I do, man. I don't know if I could do 5-hour stream. I don't think I have that amount of like energy in me to do that. So good on you. I mean, apart from the fact that we kind of do this a little late on Sunday nights anyway, but there is a reason why we generally only keep it to usually no later than 11. Because like, I know myself too. Once I get to about 2 hours of streaming, I'm just kind of like I can't keep going. It's like a whole different mindset, right? Because like I could sit here and play Diablo 2 forever. That's not the issue. It's like, you know, that extra like layer of, you know, like keeping engaged with people and that kind of stuff, which is not a problem, obviously, but I don't know. It can be kind of taxing, I guess. It also depends, I think, on your personality. Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Thank you. Also, another minor thing of note with this this remaster, I like the auto pickup for gold feature, but I feel like they need to tweak the pickup radius on that just a little bit. It needs to be a little bit bigger. I think it's a little too tight right now, because there's a lot of times where you will just straight up not pick it up. Yeah, I mean that's, you know, that is an attainable goal, I think, to get affiliate, right? I don't think that's too crazy. I mean, we probably never will, because this, you know, it's not what we do, you know, primarily, unless we started just streaming more often on like off days or whatever. But frankly, that probably won't happen. So. But it's not, from what I can tell, it's not a super difficult thing to get, I don't think. You know, I just keep telling Chris he just needs to suck it up and just get in on that hot tub action. That's really what's going to get us the views, you know? It's not any of this. Nobody wants to see this. Wait, you're surprised that it has issues on Switch? I feel like that's the exact opposite sentiment that most people have. I waited a little bit, like at least a day or two, for that, just because I wanted to hear some reports from the early adopters, since there wasn't a beta for the Switch, so nobody really had a clear idea of how it was going to run. I mean, the good news is that it actually runs pretty well, things considered. It still just has the same problems that, like, every version has right now, which are just more server-centric issues anyway. Like, you know, dropping connection, and then, like, your characters just disappearing for a while. That's always a fun moment when that happens. Or, like, when you've been playing for a couple of hours, and then you get dropped. You get back to the character screen and it says your character's level 1 with no gear on. That's always a small heart attack moment. But I would imagine, in typical Blizzard fashion, they will probably have those things figured out in the next week or two. You can never really rely on things to work super smoothly in the beginning anyway. I don't think that's, like, ever happened. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I was doing that earlier just to a point of comparison. Because I was saying, like, you know, your brain has this thing of, like, looking at the remaster and being like, yes, this is how this game always looked. Correct. And then you go and swap to this, and you're like, oh, right. No, this is how it looks. Which you can tell anyway, right? Because, like, the frame rate is so choppy because it wasn't meant to run, like, at higher frame rates. I'm honestly just really impressed with what Vicarious Visions did with those. Oh, I don't disagree. I think there's a lot of the character in you know, what I guess you might consider slightly more like handcrafted, you know, graphics and stuff from the original that I think kind of gets a little lost in translation. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I totally agree on that point. But you do lose a little bit of that, I think, in favor of, like, the, you know, the modern spit, shine, and polish, which it is what it is, I guess. I mean, I'm always going to be partial to the original graphics. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I've played this game since it came out. So 20-something years, so it's kind of impossible for me not to have a little bit of a bias. But having said that, I do appreciate the up-res. It does look pretty damn good. And if for nothing else, this finally gives me the option to play Diablo 2 on a console. Which, fun fact, was the only Diablo game that did not have a console version of the three. Because you had D1, right? Which they're all primarily PC releases, they always have been, but you had the PlayStation port of Diablo 1, which was actually really well done. And had some quality of life improvements that I honestly wish the original PC version had. And then Diablo 2 never got anything. It was just PC only forever. Unless you were doing some, like, weird hacky shit. But and then of course Diablo 3 was cross-platform with everything. And that turned out really well. Like, Diablo 3 plays amazingly well on a console, to the point where I had, what did I have? God, I don't even know. I honestly think it was something like 800 hours played in Diablo 3 on PC. And then when I got my Switch, I bought it for the Switch and, like, never looked back. I've played nothing but the Switch version ever since then, because the console version is kind of better. Which I know is, like, kind of heresy for a Diablo fan to say, I guess, but it's also true, so. Oh, hey Randall, I didn't see you screaming into the room. Nice to have you here. For what's surprising, for Diablo 3? That the console version's better? I mean, I think so. If for nothing else, okay. Better. That's a tough one. I don't know if it's necessarily better. It's just that it's very well done. Like, it works on a console much better than you would have expected it to, coming from, you know, a traditionally PC-centric series. I think what they did with, like, the radial menus and the inventories and stuff works extremely well. It's very smooth. It's the one thing that really bothers me about this remaster, actually, is that I can kind of see the rationale that, like, Vicarious kind of wanted to stick with a similar experience across all platforms. And so, to that end, they did nothing with the inventory management on consoles. So you still have to move like a cursor around with your analog sticks in order to interact with your inventory, which, I'm gonna be honest, is real fucking tedious. I kind of wish they would have done something with that, but they didn't, so it kind of is what it is. But Diablo 3 did that very, very well, and I kind of wish that they had done that same thing with this. But having said that, I'm just happy that I can play Diablo 2 on my Switch, so I can just pretty much have it anywhere, anytime. Which basically means with this remaster that, you know, I spent the last 20 odd years playing Diablo 2, and I'll probably spend the next 20 odd years playing Diablo 2, so at this point I feel like it's only appropriate for me to take my physical copy of D2 just like to my grave with me. Oh no, give me that stamina potion. Looks like it's about TP time here. I'll sell some stuff. Yeah, man. It's gonna be 4 decades of Diablo 2. Which is, like, we're joking about it, but that probably is exactly what's going to happen. Like, my great-grandchildren are going to be playing video games just with their thoughts or whatever, and they're going to be like, Grandpa, like, great-grandpa, what are you doing with that clicky thing? You play with your hands? That's so weird. And we're like, get off my lawn. They're like, we're inside, Grandpa. It's the principle of the matter. I don't know, man. I could see it. I could see it happening. It's gonna get to a point where, you know, you got that. What is it even called? Does anybody remember what that, like, neural interface that Elon's working on is called? Is it just like neural net or some shit like that? Anyway, I assume things are gonna get to the point where you'll just have them plugged directly into your brain. You won't need to have a controller anymore. And that'll just give us folks, you know, something else to be curmudgeonly about, right? We'll just be the old men shaking our fist at the sky about how games were much better when you had to play it with a controller. Hey, the waypoint, which is actually a great opportunity to go hawk this shit. Akara, I have need of you. Buy my garbage. So Randall, how are you doing? How's the new job treating you, other than apparently completely throwing your schedule off? Well, that's good to hear. I mean, I assume comparatively it's better than the last one. I feel like there's been a significant reduction in the amount of complaining about inane tech support calls, so either that or you just haven't been sharing as much. I don't know which. Me? It's, you know, it's going pretty well. Or, my new job is going well also. I think how long have I been there now? It's like 2 months, something like that. I don't know what even is time, but that's been going well. Got my certification that I needed, so that's good. And you know, we're still
What can I do for you?
trucking on towards getting the new house built and finished so that we can move away from here, and hopefully these streams will not be in fucking potato quality anymore, and I can actually stream in HD so you guys can like see things. It'll be fantastic. That's the hope anyway. I'm pretty sure we have fiber where we're moving to. So, I will categorically have better internet than Chris. Which is really all that I actually care about. Do I want to spend the money on that right now? Yeah, fuck it. However, I should hold on to this hand-me-down for my my little rogue companion I'm going to get shortly. I'll just throw that stuff in there. Oh, where's the... yeah, there we go. Well, at any rate, whichever column it is, I'm glad that seems like maybe you have a little less stress, so that's always a good thing. I take it you find patrons have been enjoying the first matchup for the King of Games 2000. We were pretty excited to finally start getting that out to you guys. It's been in the making for like months. It was a lot of fun, so I think you guys will enjoy the ride. It takes some turns, let me tell you. Well, you be sure to let us know when you do. We always love to hear the feedback. I mean, the entire tournament is already recorded and done, so it's not like we can incorporate said feedback, but we'll take it anyway. There's a whole lot of garbage. So, my original plan for tonight was actually to continue playing the Necromancer that I'm leveling, but then last night I got summarily cock-blocked by Duriel, which is not surprising, because if you've played this game at all, you know that generally Duriel, the end boss for Act 2, is a giant pain in the ass for just about any character class. I think he's always been like really overtuned. Something that I wish might have been fixed, but you know, gotta have that authentic experience, right? But anyway, I didn't think it would be entirely interesting for you guys to sit here and watch me get my ass handed to me by Duriel for an hour and a half. So, we're just running a fresh druid. It's been a long time since I've played a druid. It's not one of the ones I typically gravitate to. So, figured it'd be a nice change of pace. Like, I know I'm gonna need more strength, but probably not right now. I'll just keep dumping into that good old vitality. What level am I? 7. Throw another one in Molten Boulder. I should actually probably be using that on my hotbar. So let's put that there. There we go. You know, in some way, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of take that with a little bit of a point of pride that your entire knowledge of this game is just revolves around our episode on it. I like that. There's at least one person out there whose entire opinion of Diablo 2 is shaped solely by myself and Chris. Mostly myself. You don't need to listen to Chris, just me. For reasons. Well, at any rate, Discamary, you're not going to see it tonight because I don't think I'm going to get through 2 entire acts in the course of the stream tonight, but suffice to say, the final boss of Act 2 is like a giant difficulty spike that most people like did not see coming when you first played this game. Because for the most part, it's like pretty straightforward. You know, there's not anything that's super challenging or anything like that. And then you hit that boss, man, and he moves quickly. He's got a cold aura that slows you down when he hits you. And he hits like a truck. So most classes, regardless of what build you're going with, are going to struggle with him. To the point where sometimes you need to go and just kind of like grind up a few levels before you attempt it again. Which honestly is not even really a thing that happens in pretty much the rest of the game. At least from like a story perspective. He's just like this really out of place difficulty spike for some reason. I feel like he could have used some further testing. Commentary about a 20-year-old game has been that way for that entire time. Wait, Ragnarok Online ripped it? Well, I mean, I don't know about a rip-off. I mean, there's been, I mean, Diablo and to a greater extent, in my opinion, Diablo 2 really sort of like defined the isometric action RPG genre, like such as it is. So I don't even think I would say that anything necessarily rips it off. It's just that there have been so many games that have tried to do the same thing to like varying degrees of success. When you're the very first to do something, I don't really think that it's a rip-off necessarily. I mean, unless they're just straight up like copying assets. But I mean, God, there's so many, like you can't even really begin to name them. Like, I mean, Titan Quest is a perfect example. Which also is a really great game. I put a bunch of time into Titan Quest, and that's essentially just like Diablo 2 if it was set in like ancient Greece. So you get like all your mythological creatures and stuff like that, which I think is cool. Yeah, sure, let's go to level 2. Might as well get the loots. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess like the first few are just going to be considered clones, right? Until it just becomes a genre like unto itself. I was about to just make a comment about something that I said in one of the King of Games episodes, and then I realized that you guys haven't heard it yet, so I don't want to spoil anything. It's hard for me, like, not to talk about some of that stuff. I keep forgetting to, like, swap to this new skill. Oh, check out that boulder! Holy shit, that thing wrecks. Should be using that more often. Ah, the boulder of doom! Oh my god, did that just... Wow, that was some serious slowdown right there. True, yeah. That was actually one of the first things that I saw a lot of people say about Genshin Impact, was like, oh, this is just like Weeb Breath of the Wild.
I am overburdened.
Which is like, not entirely wrong. Completely unrelated, but you know, I actually really wish that Genshin Impact was not a free-to-play game. Because I actually really enjoyed playing that game. I think the combat system is awesome. It's really dynamic. It's a lot of fun. Like, with the interactions you have between, like, swapping your characters, you know, at the right time to, you know, strategically have, like, different buffs or whatever. And I really, really liked playing it. The problem was it had that daily grind. And I hate that, you know, because it becomes a job. You know, where it's not like I'm playing this game because I want to experience it and I want to know what the story is. It's I'm logging on because if I don't do XYZ every single day, I'm going to miss out on, you know, experience or materials that I need or whatever. And you know what? For the people who can just like ignore that shit, good on you. I cannot. And I know that about myself. Like, if a game is just like, if you log in every day and do these things, we'll give you stuff. And I'll be like, yeah, I need to do that every day. It's that FOMO, man. It's a bitch. Yeah. Yeah, the gachapon elements. Like, the daily quest stuff is a big one. You don't need that shit in something that wouldn't be a free-to-play game, because daily and like weekly quests or like the monthly check-in calendars and like all that garbage, all that stuff is there for, it's just a mechanism to rope you in to get you to play all the time. And if you're not a free-to-play game where your entire economic model is based on people constantly coming back again and again and again, then you don't need that stuff. You don't need to exploit someone's fear of missing out if you're not going to be gaining anything monetarily from it, right? So that's a big part of why I wish it didn't have it. And the gacha system. But honestly, that could even stay in there as just like a mechanic in the game that didn't involve like real money. Like if they charged just like $60 for Genshin Impact just like as a base game, and they still had like a random gacha system in some way for gaining new characters that encourages you to like grind in the game, fine, I guess. Like, it's not ideal, but it's acceptable. Like, I'd take that. That's fine. It's just all of that stuff that's wrapped in there to make it addictive for the purposes of extracting more money out of players. That's the part that I just really wish wasn't there. Because if that compulsion to play every day wasn't there, I would probably still be playing it because I enjoyed the gameplay and I wanted to see where the story was going, but I just had to like detach myself from it because I just don't have the time to fulfill all these daily obligations. And most of the time I was not getting further in the story specifically because I was prioritizing playing the daily quests first, right? Because that's the stuff you want to get done to get out of the way. And then by the time I was done with that, I was like, well, I don't have any more time to play. So I guess I won't experience any more of the story. Which is a really shitty position to be in. especially for a game that they obviously put so much time and effort into in the world and the storylines and all that stuff. You're just not gonna see it unless you spend a crazy amount of time in that one game. And in a world where we have more games than we know what to do with, demanding that much time of somebody in every single game you release is just unrealistic. And this is something I've talked about before in our tirade about games as a service, which I think, did we put that out on the patron feed? I'm pretty sure we have already. I don't know. I don't remember what we haven't done at this point. It might still be in the backlog. Anyway, sorry, I've been on a tirade. I haven't even been paying attention to the chat. You get me starting on talking about some of this stuff. Yeah, yes, exactly. Yes, you are spot on. When you get those paywalls or like the daily like gatekeeping, like the time gated stuff, it's where you start to lose me. I'll play it for a while, but I just can't keep that up. Like, it was the same thing with Final Fantasy Dissidia, Opera Omnia. Like, that's a really well-made game, and I played that game for a long time. But, God, the amount of grind that they require of you in that game to, like, level all the summons, and all of the gear for all your characters, and all of the extra, like, mechanics systems they included, it's just so much. I had a collection of spreadsheets that I was keeping track of all of this stuff. That's how like involved that game was. And if that's the only game I was ever playing, that'd probably be okay. Like, that level of detail is like impressive, but it's not. You know, it's not the only game I'm gonna play forever. So. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying it's ideal. Like, gacha style systems, even if they're not there to extract actual money from you, they're still aggravating. No, I do not disagree. Let's see, 6 and 7. Did I already put 2 points in that? Did I miss one? Oh no, I guess I got it. Okay. So I guess we're gonna dump some more into Firestorm for our synergy. See, our ultimate goal with this leveling build for right now is to basically get to Fisher. And that thing is basically like a win button for most of the leveling process, from what I have been told. So anyway, I was talking to Adam about it earlier before you guys hopped in, but how do you like the new layout? Do we like the enhanced screen real estate? We had to sacrifice a little bit of the you know, the retro vibe that we had with that background, but I feel like for widescreen games, this is probably a better bet. Yeah, I gotta get Chris to, like, I literally need to, like, go over to his house and help him, like, fix his stream layout. He's just like, in a podcast about retro video games where we're both kind of old men anyway, he is the oldest old man, and then he's just like, I don't know, I think I got this stream thing set up enough. I still haven't gotten him to actually get like chat on screen. Oh, I'm glad you approve, Randall. Thank you. And you know, like I was saying earlier, it'll be even better when I go back to stasis, probably like next week, because you know, there's a chance that maybe you'll be able to see things slightly better. That game is so dark. Can't see shit. Oh my god, you guys, I just realized something. I have been on like autopilot this entire time and totally forgot that I am already all the way into the Dark Wood, like, to try to get that friggin' Scroll of Inifis or whatever, and I'm not even on that quest yet, because I fucking haven't gone to the graveyard to kill Bloodraven. Holy shit. What am I even doing? Alright. It's fine. We need to find the waypoint here, and then I need to go back. Oh, hey, speak of the devil. I was like, man, I've been going a long time without getting a companion. That's fucking why.
The Order welcomes you.
And of course, this Chimera is just like, I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Oh yeah, man. Waypoints are awesome. I think I might, well, actually, since, you know, your entire knowledge of Diablo 2 is based on our episode, you can maybe tell me whether I said this or not. I'm pretty sure I did. But one of the stories I like to tell about this one is that I was playing Diablo 2 so much when I was younger that there was an instance where I was going out to a friend's house. And by the way, when I say younger, this particular thing happened when I was like probably in my early 20s. So, you know, it also just goes to show how long I've been playing this game. But like, I was driving to a friend's house with a buddy of mine, and I had been playing so much Diablo 2 at that particular time that in my brain it seemed completely logical that when we got to my friend's house, we parked the car, and I shit you not, like, the first thing that came out of my mouth before I even thought about it was just like, we should find the waypoint here so that we can get back easier later. And he was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, right. This is real life. Sorry. Nope. Everything's fine here.
Good day.
That's when you know you've been playing something, like, way too much. Yeah, I mean, that's better. Sure. Fuck it. I don't want that. I'll save that for later. Buy some chain gloves, because why not? Oh, do tell, Randall, because I will take your I will take any advice. For right now, I put it over here because, like, specifically for Diablo 2, because the mini map is like right up here in the top corner, and so chat is kind of on the side. Feel like that worked okay for tonight anyway. Put it in a Game Boy screen. It's not a bad idea, actually. I guess my only concern with that is we might be kind of like creeping back towards the old layout we had, where like this TV screen right here. Remember, if you've been watching long enough, you know that this screen was actually like the whole screen. Like we were trying to make it look like a retro TV, which was cool, but it also takes up a shitload of screen space, you know, for like nothing really. But I mean, I do like the idea. I could probably play around with it, see how it would turn out. Okay, that's flabby. All right, we are now finally going to go finish the Bloodraven quest. Far after when I should have done it, because I was too busy flapping my fucking gums. Forgot what I was doing.
The dead. How odd.
I mean, I guess at the very least, this ought to be way easier now, right? Like, hilariously over-leveled for this at this point.
Join my army of the dead.
Yeah, I don't think I will. Listen, lady. I hit you with this molten boulder. Come back here. Oh, hey. She dropped a wolf head. Alright. I mean, it's got a shitty skill bonus on it. But it is better than what I've got, so sure.
My rogues.
Actually, while we're here, I'm probably going to run through the mausoleum and stuff real quick too for some extra XP, but let's go get our long overdue companion. Hi.
I can hardly believe that you've defeated Blood.
I know, I was just as impressed as you were.
Good to see you.
Actually, I think both of these things are probably better than what I had hanging on to for her anyway. Yes. Why? Well, okay. Could do that. I mean, like, if you made it look like it was, like, on that, like, printer paper with the perforated edges, you mean? Is that what you're talking about? You could probably do that. I'd have to change the font, too, though. It would have to look, you know, like that, like, computer terminal style font to really get the, like, whole effect, you know? Yeah, let's take that, and this. And straight up give all this to you.
I'll put that to good use.
There you go.
I'll put that
You're
to
welcome.
good use. I'll put that to good use.
Don't say I never gave you anything. Alright, well, now that that quest is finally done, let's get the one that I was headed towards, even though I didn't get it yet.
It is clear.
Yes, it is clear. We are facing a great evil. Oh, you want me to go through the underground passage to the Dark Wood? Well, it's funny that you should mention that, because So, okay, I totally forgot about this, but Randall, are you at work right now, or did they like change your schedule around so you're not? And follow-up question, where is Ms. Peachy? I mean, depending, you know, on your particular profession, just you stating that you're playing Forza does not actually answer the question, are you at work right now? But I'm gonna assume it's no. Ah, she's asleep. Turning in early tonight. Okay. Well, I think my goal, which I feel is attainable, is to finish Act 1 with this character on the stream before we wrap up. Which may mean that we go a little bit past the usual 11 o'clock time. But, you know, that is a sacrifice that I feel like I am willing to make. The Black Marsh, yeah. I don't think I want to go there quite yet. I don't think I picked up the quest. I need to find the storybook. Oh shit! I should have picked up some more mana potions. Yeah, vacation. Are you guys? What are you guys doing? Anything fun, or just like just hanging around and chilling? Like, what's the plan? Hey man, that's definitely something. Like, just maintaining is a win sometimes, you know? Nice. That sounds fun. I mean, are you at liberty to say what the plans are, or is it just like, is this top secret? And like, it's fine if it is. Ah, going to Columbus. Origins? Is that a thing I'm supposed to know what it is? Is that a casino? I don't, what is that? Are you having a spiritual journey? Oh god, I have 10 stat points left. I haven't been spending them. What am I even doing with my life? Alright, let's... you know what? I'm gonna throw some in there, because I'm gonna need it later. Oh, shit. Okay. No, that's cool. Board game convention. Nice. I am all about that. Actually, my buddy just got... Brianna and I, it's... what is it called? It's a Harry Potter board game. It's a cooperative board game called Death Eaters Rising.
I need a key.
And it's a lot of fun. Plus you get this really sweet, like, sculpted figurine of Voldemort that goes like smack in the middle of the gameplay space.
It's locked.
Which is pretty cool. We were playing it horrendously wrong the first couple of times because we missed like a really important rule, and we were like, man, this game is really easy. I don't know, maybe this is made for babies. And then we reread the rule book and it was like, oh, okay, we fucked this up. So then we played it again and lost. And I was like, okay, yeah, this feels right. What am I doing? 8 through 11. I'm going to Firestorm. I think that's one of the other big things that we're looking forward to, like moving closer into town, like near our friends, is that we'll probably have more opportunities to do just like board game nights again. Because living like an hour away from everybody, we just don't really have the ability to do that as much. So I think that'll be nice. Alright, give me my scroll.
This dead tree teems with energy.
It sure does. It's just throbbing with energy, let me tell you. Alright, let's go get this translated. Hey, Kara, I got this thing.
Oh, very good.
Yes, thank you. What do I... Oh, I don't even have an amulet yet. Fuck, alright. I will take the fire resist. Yes, thank you. Does this even have... Okay. We are gonna put those in the shared stash. And we'll stick that there. I'm just gonna sell these because I haven't been using them. Oh shit, that is not what I wanted. Fantastic waste of gold. It's fine.
Good day.
Yes, there we go. Sometimes those shortcuts that they've added like don't want to work for some reason. Alright, well now that we've actually caught up on the quests we were supposed to be doing, I still haven't... Where the heck is the book? I need the quest for the tower. I mean, I guess I could just go to the tower. I think it gives you the quest if you get there before you find the lore book anyway. Did I get a stand? Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh, well, it's conveniently placed. Oh, shit. And the tower's right there. Okay. Alright, so if I go in... Yeah, there we go.
I can smell why this tower was abandoned.
Druid being all judgmental about the stank. Yeah, I'm gonna stock up on some of these mana potions. No, I don't think so. I think I'm gonna probably, assuming I get this character high enough level, I think I'm just gonna go like a tornado build for the DPS. Honestly, that's gonna be like a later thing though, because like I think my focus right now is gonna be probably more on my Necro and my Paladin. I want to level my Necro so that I can get him into full like summoner army mode, and then I'm playing the Paladin actually specifically so that Brianna can see like the story, because she's never seen like the story of this game or anything. So I rolled up the Paladin and I'm just playing that one solely like when she's hanging out and watching or whatever, so that she can see all the dialogue. To be fair, it's also been a really long time since I've stopped to listen to the dialogue in this game, because I've just played it more times than I can count. So it's a nice refresher. Also forgot how much dialogue there actually is. Like if you sit and listen to all of it, there's a lot in there. I mean, I know that that is your opinion. That definitely has to do solely with grizzlies and other actual bears, and definitely not anything else. Yes.
I can't carry anymore.
Well, you can't carry anymore because the automatic, like, friggin' inventory sorting is garbage. Forgot to drop that off. Alright, what do you got? Fine. Here. Okay. Let's go back to town. Sell this shit. I need to finish this tower and so we can go get Kane so he can start identifying my shit for free.
Greetings.
Dude, sun bears are great. They're like the derpiest looking bears, but they're awesome. What did we hit? 10? We're almost there. Oh, shit, my base value on that is 25? Damn. Alright. Alright, so I was gonna ask a question, but then I remembered I don't actually know how many of y'all played this game that much, because I know Disc Chimera hasn't. I feel like, Adam, you said you even played this since you were like a kid. I honestly don't recall where you're at with this, Randall. I don't know if you've played Diablo 2 that much at all or not. I was going to ask like what everybody's like go-to class is when you play, because I know what mine like historically has been. Okay, well apparently I made a wise choice for this evening then. No, you're good, don't worry about it. Right. Mm-hmm. These things are in no way related at all. Definitely, definitely not. Oh, wait, shit. Is that... How many sockets does this thing have? Oh, I'm gonna want to hang on to that. Plus 10 all resist also. Shit, bitch. Yep, that's going in the shared stash. That guy is gonna go over to my paladin. If I can throw a decent rune word in that thing, that'll carry me for a while. Well, at any rate, mine was usually the sorceress. That was always like my go-to character. It was the first one that I ever played, like, and got to a high level. I've never actually got to level 99, because that takes an insane amount of time on one character. I want to say, if my memory serves me right, I think my Sork got to like 86. I think that was the highest I'd ever gotten. And so Sorceress was always kind of the one that I would go back to whenever I'd go and like replay Diablo 2 again. Just because I was so familiar with it. Like, Frozen Orb Sork, that's where it's at. It's pretty good. Just throwing that frozen ball and seeing those spikes like fly out all over the screen. Pretty satisfying. What do you want to pick up? Oh god, it's because of that. Alright, fine. We'll make one more run back to town before we dispose of the Countess, who's right around the corner. I'm gonna do some more Countess runs on my characters anyway to get some more runes to do the early rune words, like stealth. Just pretty much what every like starter character uses. Nope, not that. Small resist charms. Those are good stuff. What am I wearing now? Plus 8 max stamina. Eh. Take the attack rating for now. That's fine. A legitimate question. Is this to imply that your questions generally are not? Which racing game was the first to do the projected path line? Huh. I feel like I don't know enough about the history of racing games to answer that question with any level of certainty. So I don't know. I've never been a huge racing game fan, if I'm being honest. Although, I've always been more of like the arcadey style racing game person. Like that, those have always been more appealing to me. Which is why at some point I'm gonna have to pick up that new Cruisin' game that they just released for Switch and whatnot. Cause like Cruisin' USA and Cruisin' World, those were my jam, like back in the day. Alright, this is gonna go in the shared stash with that other stuff that I'm hanging on to for them. Also, does anybody else remember that like VW Bug or Beetle racing fucking game for the N64? Which is like a thing that you would think would be total garbage, but it was actually like good. Just out of nowhere.
What you need?
Yeah, Beetle Adventure Racing. There you go. Yeah, it was like, it was better than it had any right to be. Actually, you know what? There you go. If you guys want to ever put something on the patron poll that is like not hot garbage, I would be okay with that one. That'd be fine. I could do that. Yeah, that was the same thing with like Cruisin' World for us. Like we rented Cruisin' World a ton of times. Like to the point where we honestly probably should have just bought it. But at least we kept Blockbuster in business for a little while longer. I should probably use that one for my base instead of the quilted armor. So let's swap that out. Anyway, was this just like a random question about the line, or was this like a hot debate that suddenly came up out of nowhere? Or is it because you're playing Forza and that just kind of brought it to your attention? Alright, drop some good runes. Oh, actually that is good. Tal Ral, that's not bad. I'll take that. Yes, give me all of the gold.
This tower has its charms.
Alright, quest complete. So now let's go get Kane so I don't have to carry around identify scrolls anymore. Stony Field, right. What did I pick? Oh, okay. Well, should probably sell that stuff. Oh, right. Hello.
Your rewards are well earned.
Yes, thank you. I too thought that the loot was worth my time.
When I fled the monastery, I left behind.
And we got the quest for her magic blacksmith hammer. I feel like I should hang on to this one. Something in my brain, I feel like I remember that poison damage small charms were good for something. I feel like it was a poison necro build or something like that, but I'll hang on to it for now. Probably gonna have to dedicate just one entire tab of my shared stash to just like runes. Alright, Stony Field. Let's go find the cairn stones. Make our way back to old Tristram. Save poor Deckard Cain. see what our super secret combo is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have the power.
Yes. Ruins. The fate of all cities.
Okay, nature, bro. Just like, cities suck. Poor Griswold. You did not deserve this fate.
Not enough money.
Oh, I suppose I should probably explain this for the folks that aren't familiar. So we are in Tristram right now, which was the town from the first game. The only town in the first game. Because the first game was much more smaller. It was much smaller in scope. You had Tristram and then the cathedral. And then you entered the cathedral and you made your way downward and you eventually ended up in the bowels of hell. But you never really left this general area. Of course, Diablo 2 expands on that immensely. So you have 5 acts spanning 5 different complete areas. But this was the town from the original game, and poor Griswold over here, who I just put down, was the blacksmith. And that is one of the continuity things that I actually do really, really like from Diablo to Diablo 2, is that the story and the threads from that kept going, whereas I felt like in D3 a lot of that shit was just really shoehorned. The story was terrible in D3 anyway, but like the fact that, you know, you come back to Tristram, Deckard is still here, it's taken over by the demons and just destroyed because the Dark Wanderer, the one that you're trying to track down through most of this game, is actually the warrior that you can play as in the first game. So the 3 character classes from the first game, you actually end up meeting and fighting all 3 of them as like sort of mini boss encounters in this game, which I think is really cool. That, you know, the evil persisted even in the face of what you thought was success in the first game, and corrupted these heroes to its own ends. And so you have the Dark Wanderer, like I said, who eventually becomes the reincarnation of Diablo, for reasons that I could get into. And then, so you come back to town, you get Cain right here, you save him.
Deckard Cain, leave this place.
He is the last of the Haradrim. And so then the other 2, you've got the Rogue and the Sorcerer. Those were the other 2 character classes from the first game, right? And the Rogue is Bloodraven, who we killed in the graveyard, who was corrupted by Andariel and was raising the dead. And then we will end up facing off against the Sorcerer in Act 2 of this game later in the areas around the city of Lut Gholein, where he ends up finding Horizon's arcane sanctuary, which is like a dimensional pocket area that exists like outside of our dimension. But he was like kind of driven mad, and so you end up having to put him down as well. So basically, over the course of this game, you end up killing all 3 of the heroes from the first game. Oh, I just noticed that thank you for the sweaty balls comment, Adam, if you happen to still be here, but I appreciate you hanging out. Am I level 11? Alright, last point into Firestorm. Next level we get Fisher. Alright, do I want anything from here? I'll take that. Alright, let's head back to town. Talk to good old Deckard. Hello.
As a token of my
Yes,
gratitude,
you can identify my
regrettably,
items. Thank you,
Greetings.
good sir. You are a gentleman and literally a scholar.
Good day.
Oh, wait. Is that a... Does this have the +8? Oh, it does. Yeah, give me that. Need more of those belt slots, yo. Need to hold more potions. Alright, so we have rescued Deckard. Oh, I gotta talk to Akara also.
You have risked your...
Yes, thank you. You gave me a ring. Is it any good? Not really. I will immediately sell it back to you. You're welcome. Alright, so we are done with that. Now we gotta get to the monastery barracks. We are on our way to facing off against Andariel. No, I don't want to go back there. Oh, right. We didn't make our way very far into the Black Marsh because the tower was like right there. So if we're lucky... Nope. Okay, I thought maybe that was an entrance to the next area. Oh, was that a chip skull? Oh, yeah, give me that. Oh yeah, no, the entrance wasn't too far off. Could probably make a beeline for the for the monastery. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. I got a special one. Just kidding. Of course, as I say that. Drop anything good? Yeah. Now the question is it this way? Yes, it is. Okay.
Evil flows from here.
Let's get into the monastery. Oh, hello, ladies. All right, we got that waypoint. starting to think I might have been a little ambitious with my goal of finishing Act 1 within the time frame of the stream. I should have known better. We might still be able to do it. I mean, it's already 11 o'clock, so we're going to be definitely running a bit over. If I can make my way through the monastery and like the catacomb areas in a fairly quick fashion, I don't see why it's not still doable. Okay, rude. Find the right friggin' door. I mean, hey, you know, it is. I would imagine it would be difficult to, you know, drive a high-performance racing machine and also talk on a stream. So I get it. God, stop rezzing everybody, you jackass. Well, okay. I mean, sorry, I just saw that. I mean, I can do that. I wasn't in Discord because, Chris wasn't on tonight. He wasn't feeling well, so I didn't jump into the voice channel. But if you give me a moment, I can do that. At this point, I'm committed to at least finishing Act 1. I'm close enough, so I'm going to be here for a little bit longer. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Where the hell did you guys come from? I'll die while I'm trying to get into Discord here.
Well, there he be.
Well, there you be, sir. How's the Zoom going?
Loud.
Loud. Okay. It's not the answer I was expecting, but I'll take it.
It's been a very long time since I've played a Forza game. All of the intricacies.
Mm.
How's Diablo 2 treating you? Seems like it's doing just fine.
Yeah, you know, Diablo 2 never gives me up or lets me down, so. Also, I assume it's because the lady of the house is sleeping, but you are real quiet, so I'm gonna have to like turn you up.
Everyone is telling me I'm super quiet, but there's literally nothing I can do.
I mean, that just, oh shit, I already have you at 150% in Discord. Okay, well, 200% it is.
I haven't changed anything. I guess this happened ever since I played Destiny 2. And it destroyed my drivers.
That's strange.
No, like I quit playing Destiny. Like I correctly exited the game, and my audio stopped working. And then my monitors stopped working.
Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to happen. I don't. I don't recall that ever happening to me when I was playing Destiny.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but
Well, have you considered turning it off and on again?
I have, and I have done that.
Well, I'm fresh out of ideas then.
Well, it'll fix itself eventually.
Oh yeah, we got that Fisher now, baby.
Is Chimera still there, or are they busy?
I'm pretty sure that Chimera's still here somewhere. Yeah, see, there we go. Still there. Alright, so I think I can swap to this pretty safely now. Let me, what does this look like? I mean, that is pretty bomb. I don't know, looks pretty cool.
So what is your current build?
So I'm basing it off of basically just like a druid leveling build on Max Roll, which is the site that I use for like all my Diablo 3 builds and stuff, and it's focusing mostly just around using, well, eventually pretty much just Fisher as its like main damage ability for quite a while, but it was kind of just focusing around like Firestorm and whatever the hell the other one was called, Molten Boulder. Eventually, it's going to kind of morph into like a tornado build.
Well, there you go.
Holy fuck, you're loud now. What happened?
All I did was unplug my mic and plug it back in.
See, I told you. I mean, you of all people should know that that fixes everything.
No, I literally did that earlier. Am I still loud?
I mean, I can't tell whether it's because you're louder or you're just physically closer to your microphone now. But either way, it is louder, yes.
Well, Forza just had a catastrophic failure there.
You're doing pretty well with all of that.
I don't know what's going on. My car fell through the map.
Yeah, this ability takes a ton of mana, though. Jeez.
So is it still good, or is it going back to being bad?
No, your microphone, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah, no, you are loud and proud, sir.
Good. The fruity I shall be.
Where the hell is the friggin'... I know the waypoints on this level.
I'm gonna be honest, it's been so long since I played Diablo 2 that watching you play it is just like, wow, this game looks so neat. What is it? It's like, I don't remember any of it.
I need a key.
I mean,
Like,
would
what a
it...
cool game.
I would say, would it help if I swapped back to these graphics instead?
Okay, that's honestly still super cool. Now, based off of what Bungie had to do, or 343 had to do for the Halo remaster, doesn't that mean they built it on top of the old game?
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right now I'm doing taxi service missions.
That's like a thing in Forza. I'm being honest. I've like never really played a Forza game, so.
Well, in Forza Horizon 4, which is the most recent one besides 5, which is coming out soon. Oh god, it's so loud. The main thing was like, oh hey, there's gonna be like a shit ton of content, like an actual fucking shit ton of content for you to do, which is great. And so there's like crap tons of different events you can participate in. There's a bunch of different styles of like story content. So some of the story content is, oh, you could be a stunt driver. And it's like, oh, you get to drive super exotic cars and drive them through really weird situations. Or what I'm doing right now is you get to be a taxi driver in a really souped up taxi. Like when you think of souped up taxi, think like GTA San Andreas taxi.
Like crazy taxi. Got it.
Yeah. I'm going to move my phone to the other side of my mic.
Aha! There's the waypoint.
I can read chat. So I can talk to Chimera as well.
Yes.
By the way, what's the name of the racing game you want in the Patreon poll?
Oh, what was it, Chimera? Beetle Adventure Racing? I think that's what it was.
Because I'll totally put it on there. I was gonna put Test Drive 6 in there.
I would definitely be down for that. That game is, like I said before, it is better than it honestly has any right to be.
Then I will wholeheartedly. Oh, like when's the poll coming out? Like next month?
That's a good question. What is it? September right now? November, December. So yeah, next month. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Whenever it comes out, I'll put that on there. Because I was gonna put a racing game in there anyway.
Well, there you go.
It's locked.
How do I not have a key? Have I just not been picking them up? That's probably what it is.
I will say, this is the first game that has actually put my new graphics card through its paces.
And how's it doing? I said, how's it doing?
So I'm running it at 2K HDR max graphics, and I'm getting 72 constant frames.
It's respectable.
It feels pretty good. As long as I'm above 60, I'm happy.
Yeah, I've been happy that I've been able to like play a lot of things at 120, like with these new monitors that I got. I honestly, for the longest time, I was just like, I don't see the point. Like, what's the point of the higher refresh rates? Like, we've always had 60 frames per second, and that's been good enough for me. And then I got these new monitors that, you know, can do 120, and I was just like, oh, yeah, no, that's pretty smooth.
Well, even if your game only runs at 60 FPS, due to the refresh rate, it means that it's going to be even smoother for 60 FPS.
True.
Because it means it's refreshing every half frame.
Right. Yeah.
There has to be a way for me to turn off the radio in this game. It's so fucking cheeks.
Did that just... Oh, okay, I was like, how did that not refill? Well, that skill definitely does clear a room. That's pretty effective.
Nice. Who the hell puts fucking drag slicks on a taxi. Jesus Christ.
Extreme taxis.
That's true. So is Diablo 2 remastered the saving grace for Blizzard Entertainment, like everyone thought it was?
I mean, I don't know who thought that, but no.
Bro,
no.
the Reddit for Diablo is just like, this game will save Blizzard.
Oh, well, of course. Yeah. Well, of course the subreddit's going to think that, but no. I mean, listen, like I said, as a fan of the Diablo franchise, like, I am pleased with this. Like, it turned, like, some bugs and shit aside, which I'm sure they'll figure out. Like, this is actually a really solid remaster, so I am very happy with it. That has nothing to do with their, like, work culture shit show that's been going on.
Wait, you don't want to go through a cubicle crawl, my guy?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a big fucking yikes from me, dog. I'm not doing that.
You saw they got indicted too.
I did, yes.
Because they intentionally withheld information from the investors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, also, if there was anything that was going to get fucking Bobby Kotick kicked out of there, like, I'm all for it, because fuck that guy, but...
Yeah. Bobby Kotick can go away.
He
Pretty
really,
please.
really can. He won't, but he should.
But he should. Chimera, do you have any opinions on Blizzard Entertainment?
I think I had said it before, but at some point, I feel like I need to do some kind of recording just specifically about Blizzard and my feelings about that. Because, like, Blizzard basically defined my gaming, I won't say childhood necessarily, because I wasn't quite that age, but, like, from... I want to say basically middle school and onward, like during a lot of very formative years, like Blizzard games were like the thing that I was playing. Like whether it was Diablo 2 or, Warcraft 3 or WoW or StarCraft, like, man, is obviously a lot of other games came and went and I played a lot of shit, but Blizzard games were always top-notch quality. They were always something that I would play for extended periods of time because of how good they were. And it's just... I know you're not supposed to get, like, emotionally invested in fucking corporations because you're gonna lose every time you do that. It's bad and you shouldn't, but...
Yeah. No, I feel that.
Man, in their heyday, Blizzard, they were the shit, and it's just it's real unfortunate that, a company that was responsible for some of the stuff that you have emotional attachments to, turns out to kind of be a bunch of shitbags. And the real bummer about that is, like, that also includes... I'm not going to say all, but at least some of, like, the original, like, Blizzard crew back when before they were even called Blizzard, when it was still Silicon and Synapse. Like, the OG crew, like, this bullshit that's been going on, some of those guys were involved with this, or at least complicit in it, which is also just a real fucking bummer.
Well, and then there's some people like Ghostcrawler who went on to Riot Games, and he's had to go like radio silent because of all of this at Riot, and even Riot has said that he's not that he's forbidden from talking. It's just like, yeah, we're just yeah.
No, yeah, no. I mean, I get it. And that was another thing is like someone as somebody who played WoW for a very long time. I mean, Ghostcrawler was like the closest thing you're gonna get to like a household name, which sounds weird, I know, but like we all knew who he was, you know.
Well, wasn't he one of the most like talkative people on the forums at one time?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's why he went to Riot, is to handle their forums. Like he was still a dev, but they were like, hey, you're really good at talking to the players and getting good feedback out of them, so
So you should do that.
you should go do that for League. And he's like, okay. And then he quit doing that because he moved on to Valorant, and now he's working on Riot's MMO, which they confirmed they are
I'll
making.
put that to good use.
Oh, I did not even know that.
Yep, they have confirmed they're making it. I don't know how it'll go,
Right.
but
No, I mean it's yeah, and like I think inevitably these conversations are gonna come up. I guess what I would say is if you're the kind of person who just from a moral standpoint really can't separate like, you know, the art from the artist, as they like to put it, then I totally get it. Like I would not hold that against you at all. I'm not necessarily of that mind where I guess maybe I'm just too invested in at least Diablo. Like I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of checked out of WoW at this point. I kind of have been for a while, but I played Classic and I was like, yep, this is kind of
What
how
I remember.
it's kind of how I remember it. Not quite
less
exactly, but yeah, well, yeah, there's definitely that. But I was like, yeah, this is more or less what I remember, and that was fun for a little while. But retail, I've been checked out for a long time, and I really don't see myself ever going back at this point.
it's
I don't know.
retail's okay.
Diablo is pretty much the only thing now that I'm really still, you know, into in any meaningful way. So there's an argument to be made of like, you know, should you buy the remaster because it's kind of directly supporting a company that's been kind of shitty, but then also it's like, well, but you kind of have to also consider who else is involved. Like Vicarious Visions were the ones that really did the major heavy lifting of this remaster, and from what I am aware of, I don't think they are, you know, responsible for any particularly shitty things. So it's like, do you deprive those people of, you know, recompense for the hard work that they did because of Blizzard being shitty? I don't know. It's complicated.
I mean, it's roughly the same argument you can run into. Like if you say, well, I can't support them just because how shitty they are. All right, do you drink bottled water? Well, yeah, of course I do. You do know who makes that bottled water, right? They're like, no, Nestle Corporation does.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you can't make me feel bad for drinking water. It's like, well, then don't make me. WoW's the same thing. Not that Blizzard is the same as Nestle, but it's just like you can buy bottled water with the notion of I'm just getting bottled water, not that you're actively supporting the oppression of people or whatever Nestle did. I forget what they did.
Yeah, they've done a lot of heinous shit, but yeah. I mean, yeah, and sorry, I was just looking in the chat. I wanted to make sure, Chimera was still looped into this. But I mean, yeah, it is much easier, right? When you don't really care too much about the product, it's easy to just not buy it. It's a little bit more difficult when you do either when you like the product or you do have that kind of like long-standing attachment to it in a way, which I definitely do. So it is more difficult. Would it be more like morally upstanding of me to simply not buy it? Probably.
Maybe. Maybe not. But it is easy for me to say I'm not supporting Bobby Kotick. Yeah, you could just say that. It's like, hey.
Oh my god, where the fuck is the stairs?
Not to mention, game industry needs to unionize, and they should probably do it quickly.
Yes, agreed.
I mean, I would consider the game industry just as much as an art form like acting. You know, it's all contract work. So the same things that we have for the actors union and all that stuff, we should probably also have for, you know, game developers, where I forget what it was. There was a I listened to Planet Money by NPR a lot, and there was a study recently done, and I looked it up, that by 2025, 45% of the American workforce is freelance.
Wow. I don't know whether I don't know whether that's a good thing or not.
I think in terms of a competitive capitalism market, you can say it's a good thing, but as in terms of job security, it's probably a garbage thing.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the thing. It's like, okay, well, it sounds on the surface like greater autonomy and like personal choice and making your own hours or whatever, but then yeah, that's part of the reason that I've never done the contract work thing. I mean, like being in the technology field, there's a lot of that where, you know, it's like, oh, well, we have this, you know, I get messages on like LinkedIn all the time where it's just like, hey, we've got this contract with this, you know, Fortune 250 company, and it's like a 6-month like contract to hire is the phrase I like the least.
I hate that
when I see those, because it's just like, well, we've got work now and we're going to string you along with the idea that maybe you'll get hired, but probably not. I'm just like, fuck you guys. Like, that's why I've always gone with just full-time employment. You know, I can't do the contract thing. It's like, well, you get paid more. I'm like, yeah, because I don't get health insurance.
The supernatural is strong here.
And to loop back to Chimera here, talking about Spyro and everything, despite the remasters being successful. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you take an amazing group like Vicarious Visions, let them do 2 amazing projects, and then decide, oh, wait, well, these didn't, like, you know, make billions of dollars.
They didn't meet
Obviously,
our expectations.
Yeah, even though, like you said, come here, they were successful. Not only were they successful, both of the remasters for Spyro and Crash, I would argue, were probably some of the most successful remasters to come out in a very long time, beating pretty much anything Nintendo came out with. I would argue with that.
What you need?
And Nintendo normally comes out with remasters all the time because they like shoveling the same shit, but
that's an entirely different discussion.
yes. Well.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
I mean, yes. I don't think anybody's gonna dispute that.
That's true. But this is my opinion is coming from somebody who didn't play the original Ocarina of Time, but did play the 3D remaster. What is SSHD? I don't know what that is.
Oh, Skyward Sword. Actually,
Skyward
I
Sword,
haven't
okay.
I haven't heard anything about that. What happened? Apparently not good
Yeah.
things, but I don't know.
I have no idea.
We're getting close. We're in Catacombs level 2. We're almost there.
But also, like to go back to the contract work, I'm currently doing contract work. I have a contract with MIT for the next 3 to 4 months to determine on whether it's really shitty when companies do this as well. They bought out MIT bought out my contract from the people that I were working with for before, and the stipulation for my contract was if I did a good enough job, that the company that sold me will be able to sign a new contract with MIT for more positions. But it doesn't guarantee that I get to keep my contract. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah. That's kind of makes you feel a little bit like a commodity, doesn't it?
I mean, granted, MIT has already said, like, hey, if you blow this out of the park and they're not wanting to keep you, we'll find a way to keep you.
Oh, that's good at least.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that I'll get paid as much as the rest of their people, but like if I can, if they can say, hey, here's a 1-year contract to keep doing exactly what you were doing.
Right. Wait.
Ocarina of Time, great. Honestly, Nintendo remasters before the Wii U, all great. Then something happened. We know what. After Nintendo's like, here's an enhanced for it, pay 60. Okay, so I know you said we know what, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume, is this when Iwata died? I want to assume when he passed away, that's what made this change. Or when Reggie left, one of the two. Because I feel like this was happening underneath Reggie. Anyway. I forget how long ago Reggie left. I was just going to say
it's been
greed.
a while now.
Oh, okay.
At least a few years, I'm pretty sure. Well,
Well,
shit,
then I
'cause
would
we did our episode on Reggie. Like, I think that was because of the fact that we got like the news that he was leaving. I'd have to go back and look like when that was.
Yeah. Iwata was alive when Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD happened. I don't remember those. It's probably not a good thing if I don't
Twilight
remember
Princess
them.
HD was good. Like I played. That's the version that I actually finished that game with, not the original.
Was Wind Waker HD any good?
Yeah, Wind Waker HD is great.
They're not bad remasters, but they're overpriced. I mean,
Well, all
the fact that
Nintendo games are overpriced.
Mario Kart 8 has been out since before the Switch released, and it's still full price.
Yeah.
And let me just say, since we're on the topic of Nintendo, Joy-Con drift is an absolute atrocity, and they should feel fucking bad for letting it continue.
True. I feel like I'm fortunate that I haven't really experienced that with mine.
Hilariously, Katie, my wife, bought some knockoff Joy-Cons for cheaper because she started getting Joy-Con drift. She's had them longer than her original Joy-Cons, if that makes any sense. Like, yeah, it's not had them. She's used them longer.
Yeah.
And the only thing that happened is that the B button got stuck, not sticked. Sorry. Now you can buy the N64 USB controller and have another kind of analog drift. That's true. Didn't wasn't the little analog stick in that notoriously easy to like break or some shit? I never had an N64, so.
I mean, I don't know. My own personal experience, like those things could take a beating, and they still held up pretty well. But
Oh, the pieces would fall inside. Ah, okay.
oh yeah, I don't know. I never had that happen.
I had a friend who bashed me over the head with his N64 controller, and my head was much more in pain than that controller was. So,
Yeah.
the only controller that I've ever had major issues with was the dual, one of the Dual Shocks. It was I would think it was the first Dual Shock when the analog sticks were brand new. The analog sticks were covered in like a certain coating that eventually degraded over time and would seize the sticks if you didn't take care of them. Like the oils on your thumbs would destroy them.
Yeah, no, actually, now that Kamara said that about that I do remember that part. It's not that they break necessarily, it's that like it sort of slowly grinds the plastic down, and like the shavings and like shards of it and shit eventually accumulate in that like divot where the analog stick kind of sits, and that becomes an issue.
But I recently bought a set of tools to start working on Katie's Joy-Cons so she can actually start using them again.
Like, it's like, were these like tools made specifically for this purpose?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say, if there's a fucking, well, I'm sure there is, but I'm saying some cottage industry that's popped up around Joy-Con drift. I'm like, what even is this planet?
I mean, there's an entire market based off of joystick extensions,
I suppose that
like
is
add-ons
true.
and all that.
That is true, because like the grip that I bought, which is amazing for my Switch, came with little extension nub things, which also are actually really effective. So
I need to buy some for my Xbox and PlayStation controllers. I almost bought a DualShock 5, but I've heard that the haptic feedback triggers break really easily. Like they're too sensitive. If you press down on them too hard, you can snap the controller inside of it.
Oh, that's it's probably a good thing to have happen to a thing that you're supposed to hammer on, I would imagine. That's the thing. I don't get like how this shit happens with things. Like, y'all have been in the fucking video game industry for decades. Like, you know what people do with these controllers. If you're gonna make games that are gonna stress us the fuck out, we're gonna slam on these controllers and punch the buttons down. Like, you need to build for that in mind. And it used to be the case, but
Original Xbox 360 controllers, man.
the Duke, yeah.
Well, that's wasn't the Duke Xbox just the original Xbox?
Yes.
Okay.
I
was talking
thought
about,
that's
like,
what you were talking about.
I can't carry.
No, 360. I was talking about the 360 controllers.
Well, those are more manageable. I mean, they're definitely tanks, though.
No, the Duke is a tank in its own. I mean, it's just a solid block of plastic that can probably survive through a war.
Ooh, I just got a unique cap.
What's that gunnery sergeant's name from Full Metal Jacket?
Oh shit, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
It's
now.
Gunny. Well, that's the actor's name. His name was Gunny something. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. But the joke is lost on me now. I had one, but I threw it out the window.
That's okay. There was an attempt.
I hate when Sony tries to Nintendo their controllers. Hey, I did get to like test out oh god, it's something's Playroom. It's the games that come out with pretty much every PlayStation. It's like the tech demo game that the PlayStation comes with at this point. But like the haptic triggers when they work are like actually insane. And it's a crazy piece of technology, and I hope eventually becomes a thing on all controllers, but it just doesn't break like I'm snapping a toothpick. You're gonna like this. I mean, you're gonna hate this opinion, Chimera, but I actually kind of like the touchpad on the DualShock 4. I'm gonna get it real quick. I don't know. I hate that it's so big, I guess. But DualShock's good. Always been good controllers.
Damn it. Not by accident.
I use it on my whenever there was software for me to add it to my computer. I started mapping shortcuts to my touchpad, so if I made an X on the touchpad, it would Alt F4 the game, which was pretty cool.
That also reminds me that the old Alt F4 trick is alive and well again in D2 Resurrected, because we've got a whole new group of players that are blissfully unaware.
Well, if you think it's too big for that controller and too small for what you want to do it, then you should get a Steam controller, my guy. Now that's a funky piece of hardware.
I am looking forward to that Steam Deck, though.
I really hope Valve knocks it out of the park with it, honestly. Because it means that there's going to be a huge like incentive for Nintendo to make a good Switch 2.
True.
The OLED version, which has the same processor, just means it's going to run slower.
Yeah, I was disappointed with that announcement, to say the least. All right, here we are. We've made it. Level 4 of the Catacombs. About to face off against Andariel, the Demon Queen.
Alright. The gyro aim assist is too good. Maybe I'm confused by what you mean. Gyro aim assist. You talking about in the... Which controller are you talking about?
Oh, I just realized I totally forgot to get that earlier. Shit. Oh well. What's up? Oh, she's so mad.
She pissed.
Why are you so mild? Lady, you gotta calm down with all the poison, alright? It's not healthy. Ah. Set blows.
Dario, you Your reign is over.
Deuces.
This
We did it. Hooray.
And Dario.
Yes. Resurrect my
Nice.
thing here. Thank you.
The caravan.
I also totally forgot
Good day.
to finish Charcy's quest, so I'll do that on my own time, but for now at least we have succeeded for all intents and purposes in finishing Act 1. So I feel like I've accomplished what I've come here to do.
Nice.
All right. Well, I suppose. Log. There we go. I got that nice HD character screen. All right. Well.
I didn't even know there. I didn't even know there was another character screen.
Yeah. It's the character select. It's very fancy. It's all new, all shiny. But thank you for jumping in, Randall, and keeping me company for the back half of this. And
No problem.
this Chimera, thank you for hanging out. And I'll say it to Adam, even though he's not here. Appreciate him coming in as well. And Sir Puff was here like briefly. I don't know what happened there, but appreciate you stopping in too. So at any rate, what are we at? Yeah, we're almost at 3 hours. This was a long one, but I guess if it was going to be anything that did it, it would be Diablo 2. So there you go. I think next week probably go back to trying to do some more stasis. Apparently that's a short game. I feel like I've already spent more time in it than evidently I should have, but it's fine. Try to finish that up, I guess. So yeah, and then hopefully next week Chris will be back, and so we'll have him in here to chit chat as well. But yeah, so I guess I don't know, Randall, you got anything you want to throw out in here before I shut it down?
Down with the man. Fuck capitalism. I'm kidding.
All right, well, getting banned on Twitch. It's been fun, everybody. We will probably not see you later. Goodbye.